Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Grassroots Racing Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. The Kansas Auto Racing Museum at Chapman, Kansas, because today's stars are tomorrow's legends. Grail Engine Technology, design that will change the world. Belleville Motorsports, providing safe, fast, and affordable race cars for national champions and feature winners all across America. Advanced Engine and Machine of Salina, a full-service racing shop providing complete engines, parts, and services for winners.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. Roger, we're at the Chapman Labor Day celebration events, and of course Chapman's in the middle of Kansas. It's about, as the crow flies, probably a half mile from where we normally film at the Kansas Auto Racing Museum. But Labor Day, historically, the festivities here at Chapman have always been a big event. This year's no exception. They've bounced back well from the tornado of 2008. The schools are all rebuilt, a lot of building going on, and this is the annual car show. We're going to be taking a look at some of the cars that are here for the Grassroots Racing Show, and then later in the program we're going to go to Lakeside Speedway for the Grassroots Night at the Track event, and we sent poor Mike Kraft and his film crew to another track, and he'll be out there for some really good racing, and we'll take a look at that after a bit.
Well, there'll be some good scenes and some good interviews, because Mike, that's what Mike does. He does an excellent job with them.
Yeah, he does. He does. And one of the things that we're doing here today is we're taking a look at a number of the cars that are at the car show, because they're restored cars, and we get a lot of requests from the viewers for the Grassroots Racing Show that they see not only racing activity, but some in-shop, some of the old cars, some of the muscle cars, and the classics. And we thought we might start today with, we'll show you a little bit of the Kansas Racing Products truck from the Kansas Auto Racing Museum. This is the truck that we actually use when we go racing now with the modifieds and the late models. And so we'll show you a little bit of the inside of that truck. So we'll take a quick break, let the camera get reset up, and then we'll talk about that a little bit. And Roger, this is our 1998 Freightliner, and this is what is called an expediter. Has, of course, the cab up front and then the sleeper. And then in the back we took this truck, put in all of the toolboxes in the back of it, all set up and marked so that irregardless of what you are with the team, why you would be able to find almost anything. And it's set up with the microwave, television, stereo, workbench, and then underneath the truck we have all the boxes to haul shocks and springs, and then we hook the trailer up to it to haul the rest of the equipment that's needed. And it just takes that much anymore when you go racing. Unlike the old days when we used to go racing, it didn't seem like the tracks were very far away. And then we would be able to load a whole green toolbox and a cooler of beer and a spare tire and a jack, and then you knew what the other racers had, so you could borrow some of their equipment. And between everybody, you had just about everything that you needed at the track. But as time went on, the cars, I think, got a bit more sophisticated. The spare parts that you had to carry were more numerous, and so consequently that's what you run into, is you need something like this to go racing with anymore, because it's so expensive to go, so expensive for fuel, and you want to be sure when you go you have a chance of finishing out the program.
Comfortable traveling in this vehicle, I'll tell you, with the lounge inside, and it's a comfortable vehicle to ride in. You can spend all day going to the races and get there relaxed and refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. And we're going to take a break. We're going to take a look at some of the cars around the car show. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after we pay a few bills. So stay tuned to Grassroots Racing Show. Visiting with Chadwick Holt, and Chadwick, you brought a beautiful car today. What is this?
Thank you. The 2012 Dodge Challenger SRT8.
And you bought it brand new?
Bought it brand new.
And you told me you only drive this on weekends?
Yeah, pretty much on the weekend. Every now and then through the week I may take it out, but mostly a weekend car.
Chadwick, what do you do for a living?
I'm military, out of Fort Riley.
And what rank are you?
E7.
E7, and so you've got this, but you've got to have a driver of some sort, because you couldn't keep a car looking like this all the time if you drove it every day.
I do. I have a 2001 Dodge Durango RT that I drive around, daily.
And what's your MOS?
I'm 35 Golf, which is a satellite imagery analyst.
Oh, how neat.
Military intelligence.
Yeah, you've been overseas, no doubt.
I have.
How many times?
Twice, once to Iraq, once to Afghanistan.
Well, thank you for doing that. Let's walk around your car a little bit. Shadrach, did you pick out the color?
I did. I wanted this red. It was between this red and the black, and the red won out.
Oh, this is a pretty one. 392 Hemi?
It is.
And you picked out the interior, of course, black interior on it.
Yep.
I like the red stripes on the seats.
Thank you.
And
Hership thing?
yeah, now that didn't come out factory, did it?
Oh, no.
You put that on, and what is that, 4-speed in here?
Oh, it's a 6-speed.
6-speed, oh, wow, that's right.
Yep.
It's a beautiful car, absolutely beautiful. You got family, Shadrach?
No, well, just the wife.
Just the wife. That's why it can stay so clean. When you get kids, it isn't gonna keep staying like that.
That's what I heard.
And what's this thing get up to? What's top speed on this? Not that you've ever done that, Shadrach.
Not that I ever done it, but supposedly on the I-70 it can do about 180.
Really?
Yeah, 180 on I-70.
Do you ever get the urge, somebody, a Corvette or something goes by you in there a little bit, you ever get the urge to get up there and kick it up with them a little bit?
A couple times, you know.
Yeah, just had the urge, you never did it though, did you?
Never did it.
Well, Shadrach, that's a beautiful car. Have you been to the Chapman Car Show before?
I have not. This is my first time here. I've only been in the Kansas area a short period of time. You know,
you like
it?
On
military. I do like it.
And they've been good to you here.
They have.
We appreciate you being at the car show. This is Chapman, of course, and you're on the Grassroots Racing Show. We're going to take a little break, pay a few bills, and Shadrach, thank you for bringing that car out here, and enjoy your tour of duty here, and thank you for serving.
I will.
All right, take care. We'll be back.
Talking about the parking brake? Oh, I can't back up.
Vibrating.
No, that's just as smooth as can be.
I can't tell it runs. That's the same place.
1948 binder. That's what they used to call all the international harvesters, or binders.
Yeah, all the truckers refer to international as binders.
Yeah.
You know why?
Well, I think it has something to do with their origination.
Back in the 30s, on the old four cylinders, they would turn a corner and leave it in high gear and step on the gas, and when it went around the corner under power, why, it sounded just like a corn binder going up the field.
Yep.
Chugga, 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 chugga. And that's why, to this day, truckers call international binders.
Stay with us. We'll be back after these important commercial messages.
Who's got the beautiful Chevy here? That's yours? I'm visiting with Tom Kirster, and you're at a Clay Center.
Right.
And you bought a beautiful 1958 Chevrolet pickup.
Right.
And you and a relative did this?
My boy.
You and your son did this. How many hours do you have in this thing? Tons.
15 months of work.
15 months. And project you did at your house?
My shop. I got a repair shop in Clay Center.
Okay, and so it was kind of a father-son project.
Yep.
You jumped in there, and what did it look like when you started on it?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Old rusted up vehicle?
Rusted up, yeah.
And you must have got some help on that that beautiful paint job. Somebody in Clay Center's done that?
Wilder Body Shop, Clay Center. Yeah.
Young fella just started?
Job, yeah.
And he did a beautiful job. Who picked the color?
A friend of mine, he seen a Cobra, not a Cobra, but a Viper, Dodge Viper, somewhere. And come back and told my boy about it, and he said that's the color you ought to paint it.
Well, it was a good choice. That's beautiful. How many car shows a year do you get to?
Well, haven't made too many this summer because it's been too hot. But probably over the 3 years we've been to probably 100 or so.
100 of them?
Yeah.
How many times you been to the Chapman one?
Twice.
Twice? Well, we're glad that you're here.
Wasn't here last year. We were here the year before.
Okay. All right. And what engine's in this?
350.
350, and you guys build it out of your shop?
Well, my grandson did it. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're a talented family here in this area.
Yeah.
And what is your shop?
Thomas Garage.
And what do you do?
Mechanic work.
Mechanic?
Yeah.
And that's where your grandson works?
My boy works for one of them does, but
Uh-huh.
my grandson does. He's in Texas now.
Okay.
He's done it as a high school project.
Man, high school kid built that 350?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good job. Does he get to drive it?
No.
I understand. I got it figured out from there. All right, well, thanks. Stan, you're out of Abilene?
Yes.
Working over in Junction now, I understand. Yes. And you have built this beautiful 1967 Chevrolet.
30 years ago.
30 years ago you built it?
Bought it in 1980 and redid it in 82.
And has it always been a show car, or did you use it for a driver for a while?
Oh, we drag raced it and a little bit of everything.
Really?
It's been driven.
And did you at some point in time then just restore it back to the condition it is now, or did you keep it that way when you did the drag racing?
No, we kept it like this. We just put slicks under it and that was about it.
What engine's in this?
It's a 396, 350 horse.
Uh-huh. And how was the drag racing?
A lot of fun.
Yeah. How many of the car shows do you take in a year?
Oh, we do probably try to do 10 or 12 in the summer.
Have you done the Chapman show before?
Yeah, yes, sir, last year.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck. Appreciate you being here for the Chapman show. That's a beautiful car. You did the paint job on it too? Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me. All right. Been visiting with Stan Schmidt. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
Thank you.
It's a 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme SX. It's got the 455 engine in it. It's a rare car. There's only 6,400 of them made in 1970. And then it's Oldsmobile's way of getting around the high insurance premiums for muscle cars by putting a big engine in a car that was not like a 442 or whatever. And so it's basically an Olds 442 with a Cutlass Supreme body, and it's an all-original car from Oregon. I'm the fourth owner of it, and I've had it about a year and a half, and it's pretty much a replica to one I had like it in high school.
Welcome back to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. We're at the Labor Day activity events in Chapman, Kansas. And Roger, we are also going to be headed out to the night at the track at Lakeside Speedway. You've raced Lakeside, the old Lakeside Speedway before?
Yes, I have. That was a lot of fun, the old racetrack. I remember the first time we were running late models, took my old buddy Don Morris out there, and I told Morris, I said, you see this turn 3? Because there's a huge drop off at turn 3. And I said, if you go off this turn 3, Morris, all they do is at intermission they throw a black reef over the side.
That's it, a long ways down.
And from that night on, every time I saw Morris race there, he was in the infield going into turn 3. Quite a track. I really liked that track. It was fast, and I liked the location. The crowd really got into it there, and we've been at the new track too, and what an exciting place.
Yeah, it is, and we raced the old track as well, and enjoyed it. It was a fast track, and you're right, that was a long drop off off of turn 3, and really good racing up there at that track. And I've got to run the new track. It was asphalt and then dirt, and now it's dirt again, and that's where we sent Mike Kraft for some interviews and some racing action, and that's going to be coming up on the night at the track. Now normally I won't tell you who the winners of the races are before you see the night at the track, but this was a little bit different, and this was racing footage that we filmed in the middle of May. And in the modifieds, Tim Carrick beat Kerry Davis in a really good race, and I want you to see that race, so stay tuned for it. There's a few yellows in there, but the racing is well worth it. And in the Grand Nationals, Kelly Ostrander won the event. Factory stock was Bill Heater, and Bill was one of the interviews that Mike did again.
He never
always
misses,
has that ability, doesn't he?
Never misses.
And then in the B mods, a guy I used to race against years ago, and so do you, Gene Claxton. And Gene's still racing, come back to it, I suspect. Gene's raced up in that area. I don't know how many races he has won over the years, but it's been a lot of racing. And so if you stay tuned for the night at the track from Lakeside Speedway, you'll see some of the fantastic racing. And there's a good crowd, and that track was flooded over the winter, and they've come back, rebuilt it, and I think you guys will enjoy the racing. So stay tuned for night at the track. Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show, night at the track.
Side by side, 12 rows deep, here we go! Bobby Davis in the OT leads him into turn number 1. Adam Paris in that white and orange 76 to the top side, trying to take that second spot.
As the field makes their way into turn 3, Bobby Davis will bring him down the front straightaway. And the 19, Jay Barnes, will lead lap number 1.
Making it look easy in that 19. Jay Barnes, your current leader. Here comes Bobby Davis using that momentum. Side by side off of turn number 2.
Out front, here comes the 05 of Brett Heater. Heater with a good run off of the part of the turn number 3.
Scotty Moore coming with him as well in that number 12. Yeah, Scotty's picking up. J.R. Billings in that black number 1 on the move.
Brett Heater out front. He'll bring the field down to lap number 3. Oh, look out. Phil Snodgrass. Snodgrass going around in turn number 4. We're looking over there, waiting to see if he goes. Not going to happen. Caution on the speedway. As we go Lakeside double file restart here. We'll look for the green next time by. Brett Heater out front in the 05. He'll set the pace. J.R. Billings in the 1, and Scotty Moore, the 12, will make up row number 1 behind your leader. And then the 76 of Adam Paris, 37 of Justin Seifert. As the safety lights are out, we'll look for the green this time by.
A lot of guys hungry to get in that Johnsonville Broad victory lane. Last week's feature winner in the 27, Jason Ryan, lurking back there as well. Terry Watland looking him over. Everything's good. Here we go.
Brett Heater takes the field down into turn 1. Scotty Moore will move up into that second spot. Hold on, Tony with them. Look out. Nice save by the 26.
J.R. Billings currently the only guy working the bottom, works past Bobby Tavis to regain that third spot. Justin Seifert 3 wide with Jay Barnes and Jason Ryan.
So J.R. Billings holds on to third for now, but here comes Bobby Tavis in the 0T. Tavis looking to the inside of the 1. Out front, Brett Heater in the 5. Continues to lead here on lap number 5. Scotty Moore in the 12. Sits in that second spot.
Brett Heater still out front. Scotty Moore in tow. Stretching the lead out, your third place car. With a lot of company. The 37 working the bottom. Bobby Tavis in that OT working the top.
Halfway here, Brett Heater, your leader. And it's a good battle for that third spot. 37 of Justin Seifert, the 0T of Bobby Tavis. And J.R. Billings in the 1, all right there battling for third. And there goes Seifert. Seifert trying to stake claim to it.
Seifert not coming off that bottom. J.R. Billings doing everything he can to give an extra 10 horsepower to Bobby Tavis.
Brett Heater in command here in the factory stock A main. Scotty Moore trying to close the gap, not getting it done right now. 9 laps this time by, 6 remaining. Battle on the speedway continues to be for third. Justin Seifert, the 37, working that low line. We are caution. Look out. One upside down over in turn number 4. That's the 6 of Hank Thompson. We're red on the speedway. Don Johnson over there in the 3 as well. So we are red on the speedway. Don Johnson in the 3 stopped over there as well. Waiting to hear on the 6 of Hank Thompson. Lights out on the McCarthy Chevrolet Pace vehicle. It'll make the left turn in the infield. Brett Heater will pace him around for the next 6 laps, looking for his first feature win this year.
Tighten those belts, hammer down. We're going to go elbows up here. It's ought to be pretty exciting 6 laps coming at us.
Off at turn number 4, green waves. Here comes Brett Heater down the front straightaway. Oh, look out, contact here on the front straightaway. Looks like the 29 of Barnes. Oh, we got bigger problems further up. That's Scotty Moore in the 12. And somebody just went through the sippy hole. All right, drivers take a deep breath, tighten the belts up. We'll look for the green this time by.
15 laps the distance, so we're looking for 6 laps, 6 clean ones. They get in the Johnsonville Broad Victory Lane. Here we go.
Down the back straightaway, here comes Bobby Tavis to battle Justin Seifert for second. Tavis in the 0T, Seifert the 37 as Brett Heater will bring him around for lap number 10. Look out, another problem. 91 of Dalton Van Beber. And looks like we'll stay green. Dalton Van Beber pulls away. Oh no. No, we're going to go do donuts. And he stops. Look out. Sports Nuts night at the races at Lakeside Speedway. Brett Heater will lead him down to the flag stand this time for a 3-lap shootout.
Heater bringing him out of turn number 4. They're going to look at Terry Watland. Green flag.
Heater will take him down the back straightaway. Bobby Tavis has got the 0T working on the inside. 37 of Seifert up to battle with a 19 of Barnes. Tavis working the low line. Brett Heater working the high line. White flag waving.
Brett Heater drives it into turn number 1 on the top side. Out of turn number 2. Tavis is going to have to drive it in deep to 3 if he's going to get it. On the hammer out of turn number 4. Brett Heater picking up that feature win. So Brett Heater picking up the feature win on Sports Nuts Night at the Races. Bobby Tavis in the OT coming home second. Justin Seifert third. Jay Barnes then the 19 fourth. And Junior Billings comes home in the top 5.
Winner of the factory stocks tonight, Brett Heater. And Brett, man, it's been a little while since you've been to Victory Lane.
It has been. It's been a little over a year, and I'm definitely itching to get back there. I'm glad it's done and over with.
Evidently, the track was to your liking tonight because it took you just a little while to get out front. But once you did, I mean, even with those yellows, there really wasn't anybody come up and challenged you.
Well, I definitely like it when the track goes dry, and it was nice to have that little cushion up there. We really didn't know what changes to make to the car, so we just kind of shot for the moon, just tightened it up about as much as we could, and it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good enough.
Of course, I always say this, seems like every time I have an interview with either you or Justin, I'm always talking about that cheater heater power, but man, that has to play a part into it too.
Oh yeah, we're doing all right. We finished, I think, 1-3, and we had a Paris up there too, so we got the heater power running pretty strong this year.
I was going to say, I think Justin was up there pretty close too, 3rd or 4th if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember he was second on the restart with me, and he got trapped, and the 0 car was able to get by him, but that was definitely a cool feeling knowing my brother was right there on my back door, so it was a lot of fun.
If I understand right too, a bunch of seconds you were saying, but quite a while since a win.
Yeah, we when Lakeside closed last year, we kind of hung up the helmet for a while and took the summer off. I went out of town for work, and then I missed the first 2 races this year, so we came back in this 3rd race here at Lakeside, I believe, and it seems like we're back to where we need to be. I sure hope so.
Points champion in 2009.
Yes, sir.
Brett Heater, the winner tonight for the Factory Stock A Main here at Lakeside Speedway. Brett, way to go.
Hey, thanks. I want to thank everybody that helps me, Commercial Fleet Service, and everybody that puts a hand in on this car. I really appreciate it.
legs out of the speedway. Rusty Trimble and Luke Neiman. Trimble the 5, Luke Neiman the 181. 42 of Gene Claxton, the 7 of Jake Richards make up row 2, and we'll look for the green off at turn number 4.
Luke Neiman in the 181. Leading the pack off at turn number 2. Here comes Rusty Trimble in the 5, battling back.
Off at turn number 4, Rusty Trimble the 5 will lead lap number 1. Don't look now, here comes Nick Newton working his way through the field.
Gene Claxton in that familiar 42 up to that second spot.
Last week's feature winner not faring too well on that one. Bobby Wood with a lot of damage on the front of the 14. Ben Cates also in the 23. Luke Neiman in the 181 also down there in the infield.
Gene Claxton and Jake Richards right behind him.
A couple of feature winners behind him, the 33 of Nick Newton, the 11 of Mike Higley, and Aaron Morant, the 70. We are green on the speedway.
Jake Richards takes to the top side. You're going to try to pull that momentum off at 2. Rusty Trimble with a great run as he's going to hold on to your lead.
As they come around, it'll be lap number 2. Good run for Rusty Trimble. He's out front of the 5.
Track's starting to slick off a little bit as they head into 1.
Jake Richards looking for that momentum on the high side. He gets a good run coming off of 2. Now going into 3, he'll pull alongside Gene Claxton looking for 2nd.
Rusty's got that 5 hooked up on the bottom of the racetrack.
And here comes Mike Higley. Mike Higley to the inside of Gene Claxton. Any lower, they'll be going underneath the tires.
Nick Newton trying to sneak under there and play as well, side by side. Meanwhile, out front, Rusty Trimble working the bottom. Jake Richards with a great run into turn number 1. Let's see if it translates into a pass. No.
Richards working the 7C on the high side, trying to get around the 5 of Rusty Trimble for the lead. Trimble doing a good job in the 5. Gene Claxton into the 3rd spot. Mike Higley in 4th in the 11. And Nick Newton the 33, your top 5.
Nick Newton and Aaron Morant back there making a little bit of contact. Nothing up top. It looks like the bottom is the way to go.
Six laps down, out front, the 5 of Rusty Trimble. Mike Higley getting the wall up there in turn 3. Glancing below, will stay racing.
Jake Richards still working that top side of the racetrack. Yeah. Rusty Trimble still holding on up there in the...
He's got company, though. Here comes Gene Claxton and Jake Richards right there to close the gap.
And everybody gets up on him, but nobody can get around him right now. It's going to take a slip up from that 5 car, but he's really working the bottom.
Here comes Jake Richards this time. He's pulled alongside the 5 going into turn 3. Rusty Trimble making that bottom work down there in 3 and 4.
There's that slip up right there, allows Gene Claxton underneath. 3 wide as they head into turn 1. New leader, Jake Richards.
Gene Claxton into the 2nd spot. Look at Nick Newton, the 33. Newton with a power move up into the 4th spot as he's pulled alongside the 11 of Mike Higley. Oh, caution.
Caution coming out.
Ty Parrott in the 80 up alongside the implement tire. So caution on the speedway for the 80 of Ty Parrott.
Driving for his father-in-law, Max Grogan. Jake trying to get to victory lane here at Lakeside Speedway in 2012. We have 6 more laps to go. Terry Watland looks him over. Green flag skyward. Here we go.
Richards goes to the high line. Here comes Gene Claxton. Claxton to the inside in the 42. He'll take the lead off at turn number 2. Claxton, your new leader. Shuffle Jake Richards in the 7, back to the 2nd spot. Rusty Trimble running 3rd in the 5. Mike Higley continues to work the high line in that 11. Ten laps down, 5 to go.
3 wide off of turn number 2. Nick Newton, Rusty Trimble, and Jake Richards still 3 wide. 4 wide as they come off turn 4.
Good racing from 2nd on back. Claxton starting to pull away from the field. Nick Newton's broke free from that bunch, and he's up into 2nd now. Newton in the 33, then give 3rd to Aaron Morant in the 70.
Higley bounces off the wall again. Gene Claxton stretching that lead out. Nick Newton trying to run him down. Just bouncing off the wall.
So we come down to lap 13 this time by. Gene Claxton will see the 2 to go sign. Nick Newton knows he's got 2 laps to get up on the wheel.
Nick Newton picked up a feature win a couple weeks ago by pulling off a nasty slide job into turn 3. Is he going to do it again? White flag this time by. 1 more lap around the half-mile Lakeside Speedway. Up on your feet. You never know what the finishes are going to do here.
White flag waves. Claxton takes him down to turn 1. They'll go down the back straightaway for the final time. Nick Newton will look for a way to get around the 42. Claxton, no stranger to victory lane, looking for a feature win tonight here at Lakeside. Off at turn 4. Here they come. Checkered flag will wave. Gene Claxton, your B-Mod winner tonight. Nick Newton comes home 2nd. Tim Billings in the 25 3rd. 70 of Aaron Morant 4th. And Jake Richards will get a top 5 out of the 7C. So that'll cap off our 15-lap B-Modified A-Main, and Gene Claxton picks up another feature win to add to his career here at Lakeside Speedway on Sports Nuts Night at the Races. He'll stop in the Johnsonville Brat Taste of Victory, Victory Lane.
The B-Mod A-Main here tonight at Lakeside Speedway. Gene Claxton, I think a name most people will recognize out there, a CARB Hall of Fame member. But Gene, how you like running this B-Mod class first off?
It's pretty good. It's a lot more affordable, and it's real competitive. It's a tough class.
Okay, you had that 2nd row starting spot, so you didn't really have very far to go, but they're throwing dirt clods at us. You didn't have too far to go, so you just kind of bide your time and keep the momentum up and just get up there?
No, it's a little tougher than that. we were fighting for the lead for quite a while and got it on that one restart there. So.
I was going to say, like you say, a tough class, man. We got a lot of guys kind of like yourself kind of dropping down, getting into that class, and man, that just makes it tougher because, man, the experience of the drivers that are in that class now is just really starting to be unreal. Still running against some really great competition.
Oh, it's every class is tough anymore. It's you got a lot of good competitors.
Okay, folks, once again, your winner for the B-Mod A-Main here at Lakeside Speedway on a Friday night, Gene Claxton. Gene, way to go, buddy.
Thank you.
Off at turn 4. Grand Nationals coming at you. Dennis Melvin on the inside, the 29. Looking for the lead. A little bobble there. Here comes Tim Shields, the 42.
Dennis Melvin, your current leader, Eddie Ingram in the 54 slides into that second spot. Great run for Eddie.
Down the back straightaway, Dennis Melvin, your leader in the 29. All kinds of jockeying from about 5th on back.
Dennis Melvin, still your leader with Eddie Ingram in that good-looking number 54 hot on his trail.
Ingram, if he's any lower, he's going to be behind the tires. Ingram making that bottom work, currently in that second position.
Melvin still working the bottom side of the racetrack. A fight down there into turn number 1 to see who's going to get to the bottom.
Kelby Ostrander makes the strong arm move. He'll move up to the second spot in the 3E. Shuffle Eddie Ingram back to 3rd. Coming up on lap number 5 in a battle for the lead. Kelby Ostrander pulled alongside the 29.
Kelby for the lead. On the bottom out of turn number 2. Kelby Ostrander hugging the bottom of the racetrack right now, stretching that lead out.
Kelby Ostrander having a strong run in that 3. Building a sizable lead here in the feature. Dennis Melvin holding on to 2nd. Marshall Jewett has got the 6 up on the high line trying to move through the field.
At the straightaway advantage for Kelby Ostrander, Dennis Melvin trying to find something to catch your leader.
Eddie Ingram in the 54 having a good run in the 3rd spot. As we come up on the halfway point here in tonight's feature. Ten laps down, 10 remaining here in our Grand National A main. Out front, Kelby Ostrander in command. 29 of Dennis Melvin running in the 2nd spot. Eddie Ingram right there with him though in 3rd in the 54.
Great battle. 72 blowing a motor off the speedway. We got one over around in 1 and 2 as well.
Behind.
Caution on the speedway.
Off at turn number 4, the green flag waves. Ostrander takes the field down to turn 1. Gary Donaldson, your point leader, working that high line. And what a run off at turn number 2. He'll go around the 9 of Don Mars and move into that 4th position. And I don't think he's done yet. He's found something on the high line. Looks like Tony Brown with problems in the 07. He'll head to the pit area. Gary Donaldson battling with Don Mars for 4th. And Bill Rusinger with problems in the 7-Eleven. So caution on the speedway, a little mayhem on the front straightaway. Rusinger in the 7-Eleven with a flat on the right rear, making a turn into the infield. Donnie Brown nowhere to go, collects the 7-Eleven.
Green flag skyward. Kelby Ostrander leading him into turn number 1. I guess he went up there for Kelby Ostrander stretching out that lead again. Eddie Ingram still in that second spot. Don Mars in the 9. Jim Baker taking the scenic route off of turn number 2. Don Mars working under the 54 of Eddie Ingram for that second spot. Donaldson still working the top side of the racetrack. But Kelby right now in his own zip code.
Ostrander brings him down. It's 4 to go this time by Don Mars. Running second in the 9. He gets around the 54 of Eddie Ingram.
Caution on the speedway. So from the top to the bottom, Kelby Ostrander gets a nice start. Eddie Ingram checking the welds on Don Mars's bumper.
As the field files down into turn 1, Tim Shields washes up the track. He'll lose a couple of spots. Gary Donaldson back to his traditional high line. Don Mars goes from the low line to the high line. All the while, Kelby Ostrander brings the field down for lap 17. Dennis Melvin running in that 4th spot, battling with Gary Donaldson. Donaldson trying to overtake him for 4th.
Ingram back up underneath Don Mars, trying to take over the 2nd spot, and he will. Mars actually going to give it up to Dennis Melvin as well.
White flag waves for Kelby Ostrander this time by. One more lap here in our Grand National A main.
So Kelby brings that 3E down the back straightaway one final time. Smooth into turn number 3, hard out of turn number 4. He's going to pick up the feature win. It's Kelby Ostrander.
Eddie Ingram comes home second. Dennis Melvin at 29 gets third. Don Mars will bring the 9 home with the 4th spot. And then the 28 of Gary Donaldson runs to the 5th position.
Winner of the Grand National race here tonight at Lakeside Speedway, Kelby Ostrander.
Close.
Right, close. Kelby, man, I'm telling you what, you were just plain fast tonight. I don't know what your starting position was, but you run up through there, and once you got out, every yellow flag, whatever, by the end of the straightaway, man, you were 4 or 5 car lengths ahead.
Well, I really didn't have any idea where I was, but I think I started ninth, and I just kind of threw it in there in the first corner and got by 3 or 4 cars, and took me about 3 or 4 laps and got by the rest of them. And usually I don't like the bottom, but tonight it was there.
We might mention this was a championship car here one time before, and you now own it, but man, still a really great car. Vinegar built, or I don't remember what the chassis was.
Yeah, they built the car off of another car.
Yeah. Who's making the power for this hot rod? And I mean, you had it tonight.
Fast Lane Engines, Ray Littrell in Clay Como.
Wow, I think I've seen a Fast Lane engine win about 3 or 4 features in the last couple of weeks, if I remember right.
Yeah, Ray's been building my motors for probably 5 years, and not a lick of trouble, and they all run good, so he does a good job.
We're still only 5 races into the season here at Lakeside, but to me, it kind of looked like we had a summer track. Looked like it kind of dried out, and like you say, a little moisture around the bottom.
Yeah, there's a little bit on the bottom, and like I said, I'd just soon run up top, but I stayed on the bottom and tried to stay in the moisture, and we made it.
Okay. Once again, no winner for the Grand National class here at Lakeside Speedway, Kelby or Schlender.
Welcome back. Let's start the A-Mod A-Main.
Tom Charles, set your front row side by side. Here we go. Sports Nuts, night at the races, modified style. Davis leads him into turn number 1. Aaron Moran in that 70 on the bottom side. Here comes Smokin' Joe Walker.
Coming around for lap number 1. Look at Jim Carrick, Aaron Moran, both making moves. Carrick up to the 5th spot. On the Agler on the high line, Carrick running the low line.
3 wide, the 77, the 7, and the 1. Off at turn number 2, here comes Cody Agler. So
Walker will take the 2nd spot. Look out there. Just to slide through the infield. He is still moving. It will stay green.
your leader's coming up on the 28 of Jerry Liston. 3 wide off at turn number 2. Get the 2nd spot to Tim Carrick. Tim Carrick, the man on the move right now in the McCarthy Chevrolet 1K. Aaron Morant not going away lightly.
Look out, Joe Cobb up to the third 3 wall. Caution on the speedway, Joe Cobb on the high side of turn number 3. So Joe Cobb brings up caution on lap number 4. Lap number 5.
Kerry Davis leads him off at turn number 4. Back to the, just a car link off the bottom for the 68. Aaron Morant in the 70 trying to find some momentum, but here comes Carrick as well. Looks like Kerry Davis not coming off the bottom. Here comes Aaron Moran on the top side. Not much there off at turn 2. It's going to take a winning lottery ticket to get the 68 off the bottom of that racetrack. But Carrick's going to try to present it to him, dive it in deep. Good on the entry, good on the center, and there's just not much off.
goes your break. Here comes Tim Carrick to the inside. Carrick will have the inside line as they go into turn 3. 3 wide, battle for the lead. Aaron Moran working that high line. Carrick will take the lead off at turn number 4.
Better throw a rope at him. Here comes Kerry Davis working the top side. What a battle for the lead. 68 fighting back Kerry Davis. Gonna slow. Just what Carrick wanted to see was the 68 slow down the momentum of the 70. Had to get off the gas a little bit, allowed the 68 of Kerry Davis to get back to his back bumper. A little bit of smoke as Chapman went into 1 there. But Cody Agler right now is your man on the move in the 77 as he's creeping up to your top 3.
Look out, Tom Chris down over in turn. Look.
Green flag skyward, lights out on the speedway. So Tim Carrick taking that 1K to the front. Tim Carrick and Cody Agler, the only 2 modifieds here at Lakeside to pick up feature wins in 2012.
Off at turn number 4, we'll look for the green flag. Here comes Carrick. He'll bring him down the front straightaway.
Carrick working him out of turn number 4.
Carrick out front. Here comes Cody Agler on the move. Agler, Aaron Morant back on that high line again. Morant the 70 on a run.
Morant's just waiting for one little bit of a slip up. He's the only one working up there right now, as usual.
4 horsepower works good for Aaron Morant.
Likes the altitude. Carrick hugging the bottom, 3 wide. Aaron Morant to the 2nd spot. Up on that wall. Kerry Davis fighting back in the 68, side by side off of turn 2.
As Carrick drives away in the 1K, those 2 battle for 2nd.
Exactly what the 1K wants to see right now is them guys behind him fighting it out.
Tim Carrick driving down the back straightaway, lap number 16. Aaron Morant with a good run off of 2. He'll move into 2nd. Mark Schaffman pulling alongside the 77. Cody Agler trying to go the 4th spot. Smoking Joe Walker heads to the pit area with a 13. Look out, contact going into 1. The 8 of Mark Hoover and Nick Benninger the 15. Benninger with a right front flat on the 15 now.
7-0
Aaron Morant takes the 70 off the speedway. So the 4 horsepower, problems for Morant. He heads to the pit area. Tim Carrick in command. 18 laps down. Next time by, it'll be 6 laps to go. And Carrick looking to double up here at Lakeside Speedway.
He's moving though. Yeah.
So Tim Carrick brings him around this time by. It'll be lap number 21, 4 to go as the field starts to spread out. Grant Younghands moves the 2 into the 5th spot. So the Shop Quick number 2 up to 5th.
Carrick coming up on some lap traffic. Got a pretty comfortable lead though.
Brad Dibben moves up out of the way of the leaders. They come into turn number 2. And your leaders come up on the 28 of Jerry Liston. 2 to go this time by Tim Carrick. 2 more laps for the McCarthy 1K. A little further back in the field, Jason Bodenhammer trying to get around the 81 of Danny Charles as the white flag waves for Tim Carrick off at turn number 4. 1 more lap.
Carrick brings him off at turn number 2, takes that Skyrocket chassis down the back straightaway. Bring him on, John.
Off at turn number 4, the checkered flag waves. The McCarthy 1K of Tim Carrick picks up his 2nd feature win in a row. Coming home 2nd to 68 of Kerry Davis. 77 of Cody Agler 3rd. Good run for the 34 Mark Chapman.
Yes, we could say it's kind of a skyrocket year so far. This is your 3rd win here at Lakeside. Cody's got the other 2. Man, the skyrocket cars are just pretty well doing it this year.
Yeah, don't jinx me. We just got to keep up doing what we're doing. Cody and I are on about the same page. We just got a few little tweaks we got to do for both of his car and my car. So his goal is be 1 and 2. But ended up Kerry Davis ran pretty good tonight, so he snuck in there and got a 2nd. So, you know, we're here. Both of us are here to win and learn from each other. So that's what we're doing. I mean, we're making the same as usual, making the phone calls back to the guys at the shop, Carl, Eric, and Kelly. So, well, I mean, we're good enough. I mean, our cars are decent enough now that if we try something early on, we kind of know if it's going to work or not. So. We just, I mean, I was a little tight on entry tonight. It kind of kicked my butt, but I'll build on that for next week, though. So
I was going to say, talking a little bit about the race as far as passing Kerry. Man, you had to really kind of work that low side, have a lot of patience, and it looked like Kerry might have drifted up just a little bit, or you might not have got around him.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, the good thing is when on that yellow flag it was only lap 5, so I had 20 more laps. So he's seen me a couple times. He knew it was going to be tough. So and I just had to be patient. Thank goodness for patience. I don't. Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. So and sometimes you know some other guys come over there and it makes them mad that I hit them and I didn't even see anybody. So. It is what it is. I mean, all we got to do is just keep our car going the right way.
50 feature wins since they went to dirt in 2000.
It's like 53 or 4.
Okay, correct me. 53 or 54. Over 50, I should have said.
Last year was 52, so I don't know what. I mean, I guess I had the 3. So, but you know, it's just I want to win 100 of them, you know, just keep on winning. But
it's just 50 nights.
Yeah, 50 nights. Yeah, that's exactly it. Just 50 nights.
Yeah.
So 50 more. But no, we just got to keep on keeping the car the way it's going and roll from there.
Yeah. Winner tonight, Lakeside Speedway, A-Mods, Tim Carrick. Tim, way to go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a nice night.
You too. Caught up with second place finisher here tonight for the A-Mods, Kerry Davis. Kerry, man, for a while there, I was thinking, you know, I think we're going to be interviewing Kerry here for the WID.
I wish you would have, but I'll tell you what, as bad as our year's been out here at Lakeside, we just haven't had any speed in the car. And Tim did a good job. He deserved to win, so we was tickled just to run with second.
Yeah. I presume you could feel him kind of pushing you on the inside there after a while.
Yeah, he knocked on me a couple times. That's why he sat down in the thing. He said, well, I didn't mean to do it. And I'm like, it's all right, you know. We've been struggling out here. We've been trying a lot of stuff. Been pretty good at Heartland Park on Saturday nights, but just been struggling here. Got a new SB chassis, and Dennis Melvin providing a little horsepower for us, L&L Construction, and Van Autoplex got a lot of awesome sponsors, and they stick with us. So I was tickled to have a second place.
You know, that's one thing about Lakeside. It never gets any easier. It only gets tougher. And every year, man, you got to step up the game a little bit.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, you know, Steven builds a home-built car, so we don't have anybody to pull information off of. We have to just do it ourselves. There's only 3 of us running them. And so there's some nights where you look pretty bad, you know. And we tried a bunch of stuff this week, and I think we figured out what's going on, and we're going in the right direction. So we got something to build off of.
Well, welcome back to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. You've been watching the Night at the Track events from Lakeside Speedway, and Roger, like we mentioned, there was some excellent racing. Got the winners right. We had them all on the sheet in advance, but Gene Claxton did win again, and Kerry Davis and Tim Carrick had another one of those really good races. And you know, you get good friends like they have been over the years, and every time you have somebody you race against, every now and then you get a little irritated at them, but by and large they're good friends and they're good competitors, and they have a lot of mutual respect for each other, and it shows.
And Mike was able to capture all the excitement on tape. He does an excellent job, and it almost made you feel like you were there. Very good photography work and camera work Mike does.
Yep, he's doing an excellent job for the Grassroots Racing Show and the Night at the Track. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week on Grassroots Racing Show and Night at the Track.